Today we'll be replacing the speakers off a 2022 GMC Sierra. So first what you want to do is you want to look for this little hole right here. Then once you reach that, you want to pull that out. And once you pull it out, you'll see those two little screws there. What you want to do next is you want to unscrew those. Then once you remove those, you want to go down here. And then you want to unscrew the one that is right here. Alright, and then once you take off all of the screws, then you want to grab anything with an angle and just pry off the door. And then now you want to detach all the connectors. First, you got to do this one where you want to pull down this little tab right here. And then this little bit will rise up. And then you want to pull back. And once this bit comes off, you want to pull up so that this little ball comes out too. And then you want to go down here. And you want to take this out. And you want to disconnect this cable right here. Push down and out on this little tab right here. And once you do that, I want to go down here and unscrew this. And now you want to just pull this. And then once you do that, you want to take this little bit out right here. And then this little connector, you push and pull. These are the speakers that we're going to be installing. This is the old speaker. Right now we're going to be keeping this connector, but we're going to remove everything else since we need to work with what we got. We're going to be cutting the speaker from here, 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 and here. So as you can see, we've cut everything off this one. Now we're gonna mount this speaker into here. But as you can see, when we put it in, these right here, they get in the way, so we're gonna cut holes into here in order to fit it into these. This is the old connector that we had on the old speaker. This bit went in right here, connecting into this. So right now we're going to reuse this one for the new speaker, and right now we are going to want to look inside, and you'll see there's a 1 and a 2 on our little sheet. We have right here 1 and 2, so that means that green on black, the green on black wire will be negative, and you can see right here there's a wire with black and green, so that means that one's negative, and the other one, the green one, would be positive. As you can see right here, it also says right there. Now that we've soldered our original connector into our aftermarket speaker using our Matco wireless soldering iron, we are going to install it back into the vehicle. This is how it looks with our original connector connected to our aftermarket speaker mounted onto the original bracket. And this is how it looks after we've mounted the speaker back into the vehicle. I'm putting this door panel back onto the door, and first we gotta connect this connector back in there. Put this screw in there too. We'll be putting this clip back into its hole. And we'll be putting this thing back into here. And we're going to want to screw all these back in here. Now make sure to put the cover back into its place. We're all done installing it, now we just gotta test it. We'll be removing the left front door panel. First we gotta come over here and take out this cover in here and access the 2 screws underneath. And we want to go under and take out the 2 bolts that are right here. Now that we got the speaker out, all that's left to do is to replace it. As you can see, these 2 speakers are different. This one is a 6x9 and this one is a 6.5. The customer ordered the wrong parts, but he asked if we could make it work, so we'll make it work for him. We'll be using the original mounting bracket for the 6.5 with the original connector. As you can see, we have the original connector. Right now, if you look in there, there's going to be a 1 and there's going to be a 2. Right here on our sheet, there's going to be a brown and blue for 1, and for 2 there's going to be a blue. So right here it says brown and blue will be negative and the blue will be positive. And if you look over here, you'll see that there's a brown and blue, so that means that this cord right here, the one closest to the tab, right there, that is going to be negative, and the other one will be positive. Now that we've installed our speaker back to our vehicle, we're going to put the door panel back on the door. We don't recommend that you do this, but our customer asked if we could, so we did it for him. We recommend using what came with your vehicle. I'm connecting this connector right here back to the switch, the door handle. Alright, now we're going to be putting the door panel back in, now that everything's all connected. Now all that's left to do is to put all the screws back in their place. Now that we installed this panel back on, we'll put this cover back on and then we'll test out the speakers.
Yo la levanto por donde quiera, verde, blanco,